The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clan Archie for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
Which leads us into our final topic of the night. Now, the $1 million question was, where was Canelo Fielding going to be aired? Because as we all know, Canelo's HBO deal is done. And so that left ESPN, which was open, Showtime, and DAZN. Now, Showtime and Canelo and Golden Boy don't get along. I already knew, like I said, the politics would be too great, because should Canelo have went to Showtime, that Charlo fight would be screaming at him all day, all week, all year, until that motherfucker got in the ring with him. Yep. No question about that. ESPN, I was actually thinking that he would.
The Zerto fight, the Ramirez fight would have been screaming at him.
Yeah. So now, in the end, I kind of actually thought it would go to DAZN, even though I was thinking could it be a long shot, because Fielding is a Eddie Hearn fighter, and Eddie Hearn, of course, is affiliated with DAZN. And so I'm thinking to myself, could that actually be pulled off? And lo and behold, hey, Canelo Fielding is fighting on DAZN. So no pay-per-view, because I'm like, I told myself this was the only legal way I was gonna watch this fight. Because if this was like a Showtime pay-per-view, or HBO actually wanted to do a one-time deal, and I wouldn't even go see it if it was in the theater. Never mind pay $70, $80 to watch it.
It's in New York, like they finally getting Canelo somewhere else, and it's like, look, they bring him to fight, like this nigga gets so many passes, boy, I'll tell you.
But he picks Rocky Fielding for New York. I'm like, okay, now I mean, obviously they had the initial the conferences and shit like that. Now you have to actually sell that shit, because you see the seat prices, like the ringside prices is $1,000. Some motherfucker's gonna pay $1,000 to watch Canelo beat up on Rocky Fielding. Yeah. So now they have to really sell this shit to for it to actually feel. I mean, they may actually do it, but now you have to give people reasons, like, hey, why do I spend this money to go to MSG and watch this shit live? DAZN, them with the DAZN. I mean, I have a DAZN subscription, and right now I'm nearing the end of my free trial. I think I have 5 more days left before they charge me for the next month. And I mean, as I mentioned before, I'm a fan. I like it. So hey, I mean, if we get this type of fight for $9.99 and it's part of my subscription and I'm getting other fights on it, fuck it. I'm fucking with it. I'll watch it legally. You know what I'm saying? Not to do any other extra shit. And so I think the hope is too, for that fight, they go ahead and they pad the undercard. I mean, really pad the undercard. I mean, so far I think the only fight so far that's probably been bandied about, or probably being close to announced, is Benavidez getting back in the ring defending his IBF light heavyweight title against Joe Smith Jr., which is not a bad fight. Not a bad fight at all.
That's a pretty solid fight, and better be if his name buzzing, because he just had a good fight with Callum Johnson. So
right, and then Joe
put him in there with another puncher. Hey, that's good.
Right, and then Joe Smith Jr. I mean, dude is a caveman, but that motherfucker has stones in his fist. I mean, he still is the man that ended the career of Bernard Hopkins.
Geese Howard,
even though in his and he's still a very dangerous guy. So if they have more caliber of the fights of that nature, then shit, it might make it easier to actually
need like 3 more of those for that fucking main event. Shit, nigga.
Right.
Canelo and Fielding, like, really? Like
Yeah,
I'm good. Like that ain't no. It's like they trying to load December up with some fights, and like that one's like the worst big name fight.
yeah, I agree.
We got Wilder Fury, and we got Superman going against a top 10 ranked guy in Canelo Fielding. Like really?
Right. Yeah. But however, the real winner in this though is DAZN. I mean, DAZN. I mean, you know, pretty much before. I mean, everyone. Now DAZN, I think came into boxing, like into the boxing circles in this summer. I mean, they were talking about, oh yes, Eddie Hearn was, got himself a deal, and then they also worked out the deal to air the second season of World Boxing Super Series, and they'll put the final for the Super Series Season 1 for super middleweight. But most people have looked at, so far I've been looking at DAZN as something that it wouldn't succeed because it didn't have the names, even though the fights there have been not bad. I mean, the first Matchroom Book USA DAZN card, and I think I mentioned before in the last batch, was pretty damn good. It was entertaining from top to bottom.
See, not even from there. Like you could go back to the Khan Vargas fight.
Yeah, that was
a good fucking fight. Decent entertainment card. The Joshua fight. It's like DAZN just been killing shit. Let's just be honest. Like they've gotten the most done with the least amount. They've got the most done as far as entertaining cards.
Right, exactly. And then people are and then you have a whole bunch of weirdos out there. Now, it's one thing to not like DAZN if you don't like the service per se. I mean, I know that because I know there are other countries that have gotten DAZN. Like, I know in Canada, I know there's been issues with it, particularly in Canada. I know I used to read some of the shit they talk about, like, oh, it lags or whatever. But Canada don't even have really a strong infrastructure there anyway. I mean, I've been to Canada before. I've used the internet there. Not really strong infrastructure there. And there was a whole bunch of negativity towards DAZN, but prior to it being launched in the U.S., I personally have never experienced any of that shit that they're talking about. I like the product, but there's a lot of people that hate DAZN because of Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn is pretty much seen as like the face of DAZN. It pretty much, even though he's not the owner of DAZN, I mean, but this is basically one of them situations where. This is basically a situation where if you watch the WWE or F back in the day, where they had Jack Tunney as the on-screen figurehead of the WWE, you knew Vince McMahon was the real, true blue owner of the WWE. That's the type of shit they're talking about. But just the fact that Eddie Hearn was involved with it, niggas used to be like, oh, fuck these nuts. What the fuck come up with that bullshit? And then between that and talking about they have like they have preliminary fighters on there, or fuck DAZN. Eddie Hearn's holding up Wilder and Joshua. It was a whole bunch of bullshit. Like it's one thing, and it's funny. It was hilarious to me how many videos I come across on YouTube or posts. People saying they don't like DAZN simply because of that. Not even the fucking product. They say, I like the product, but I just don't like Eddie Hearn. I don't like what he's doing. I don't like what he's saying about Wilder.
That's a little bullshit. If you're a boxing fan, you gotta fuck with it because it's more boxing. Yeah, at the end of the day, like the $10 a month, that's like $120 a year. If you got it on you, if you got it like that, if you a type of nigga taking trips out, flying vacations, if you go to fights, if you go family vacations, you got new whips, you doing it like that, and you a big boxing fan, I don't see why not. I don't see why you can't afford it or have it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I mean, what's that?
No, I'm just saying, like, come on, like,
yeah, exactly.
It's more boxing, and especially when HBO fell back, like, somebody else stepped up, and it's like, hey, let's keep it going. Like, hopefully, this makes Showtime step up because now they looking like they be on the bottom of the totem pole. Right now, it's looking like DAZN, top ranked ESPN, and then Showtime, PBC.
Yeah, exactly. And the details of this shit is crazy. So I mean, Canelo has signed an 11-fight, $365 million deal with DAZN, nigga. That's a lot of fucking money. A lot of fights too. I mean fuck. It's fuck Canelo. You know what I'm saying? He's a fuckhead. But that's a deal. That's not a deal that gets offered to fighters every damn day. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they're gonna be super selective with those opponents. It's like basically, the irony of all of this and that deal is in the same year HBO throws in the towel and quits after making a name for themselves or becoming a name in the industry by signing niggas to unprecedented, crazy ass deals where niggas kind of fall back on the tough opponent selection and kind of just career moded and get mad money. So now you see, is it possible the DAZN could be filling in that old school HBO void that we've had problems with in the past, where niggas get a lot of money and they ain't trying to really fight no threats? I mean, it's kind of just crazy, like how all this happens in in one circle in 1 year.
Right. Especially DAZN.
Who cares if he fighting 11 more niggas and they ain't including fucking Charlo, Lemieux, all these other cats, Andre. Like, I don't want to see this nigga go through the fucking UK career mode roster from her, like, over these 11 fights.
Yeah, I feel, and I think, but at the end, here's my thing with that deal, because with that deal, I mean, Golden Boy is pretty much that's gonna be the new Golden Boy home.
Yeah, they got like 10 cards, I think.
Yeah, Oscar is negotiated Lemieux, your Ray Vargas's, I don't know about Munguia yet. I know like Jojo Diaz, Oscar's cousin, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Brian Garcia. All them niggas now will be fighting on DAZN. And this is huge. And I think this is the thing that's
a major come up for Golden Boy.
And this is
DAZN.
Yeah, because DAZN now has diversified its boxing content even more. Especially since now, as you mentioned before, Matchroom is there. So,
a lot more career mode UK edition.
Yeah, because they're already talking, having Daniel Roman versus Ray Vargas for super bantamweight unification. That would be a firefight. So this is the type of shit. So this is the real true win for DAZN. And on top of that, they got the Golden Boy library, including all of Oscar's fights. So I'm pretty sure probably within a week or two, I bet you if I log onto DAZN, I'll see all of Oscar's big fights on there. She'll be nuts.
Oh, so might have to do that. You're right about that.
Yeah, I mean they got the Golden Boy library. I mean, that shit is crazy. Like,
word! That was also in the deal, shit, nigga.
Yeah, man, they got the Golden Boy. That was the shit that when I was reading, I was like, oh damn, like Oscar is really giving these niggas a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
yeah, and see that's what I was coming with my points back in the day with this whole like somebody needs to make like a boxing network or something, and it seems like the DAZN is like the closest one to getting that, because if some streaming platform can start getting these major libraries while also producing new fights and boxing programs and shows and shit, they could run the game, man. They could really run shit.
Yeah, I mean, because I have ESPN Plus, and they have the library too, and then that library is pretty good as well. But I'm saying though, this is excellent though to have like these all Golden Boy does have plenty of fights. Having Oscar's fights, all of Oscar's fights on there. Shit, that shit strengthens the boxing brand of DAZN.
Oscar got some classics.
Yeah, man. So like I said, this is a huge win for DAZN. On top of that, but yeah, I do see your point though. I mean, I'm pretty sure until they could build some more bankable stars or attract more, because I think too. I mean, because now Canelo is down with this, because before you see some fighters talking about the zone. I think Richard Schaefer talking about, oh no, Canelo will never go to the zone. Now he looks foolish about this. Now he looks foolish about it. Yeah. So it's like I think now I can see more fighters being open. I think now Luis Ortiz is negotiating a deal with Eddie Hearn. You already know that Tank was already talking on Twitter about, bruh, you got to Eddie Hearn talking about, you got any fights for me? It's like, and Eddie Hearn's like, yeah. You have, like I said, you have fighters who are not fighting right now. Guys looking at like this shit, like these niggas got money to burn. Let me, excuse me, let me get down with this. And Canelo might just be the spark that will probably make sure. And Triple G. I mean, Triple G. I think we all know has probably been waiting to see what Canelo's moves are, to see where he's gonna go. And I think right now it's between like ESPN or whatever. But I could easily see him, like, I know he's trying to do like a fight deal, but I could see him making an appearance on DAZN at some point, definitely before he retires. Especially if he's trying to chase that third fight with Canelo. So this was huge news. I mean, I didn't even think this shit would even happen, but boxing is the theater of the unexpected.
It was. Honestly, we almost could have predicted it, and we almost did in a way, because like you said earlier, with the whole, Showtime got the PBC roster that's gonna be staring at him. Fucking ESPN, it would have been the damn having to work with Top Rank, and then you got the Ramirez fight staring at him. Mm-hmm. Starting over with DAZN would have been, it's like the best place, because now you got, you can put in different career modes, Hey, man.
And then also too, but
it can happen.
And then also pretty much by the end of this month, DAZN can really control the middleweight division, because on Saturday, as we all know, we have Andre going after Walter. I'll say Walter K. I'll learn how to pronounce his name properly. For the vacant WBO middleweight title that was vacated by Billy Joe Saunders, who probably most likely will be a player once they clear out all his legal shit on there. And I
anybody still give a damn at that point,
right? And then we have a week later or two, we have Danny Jacobs going, facing Derevianchenko for the vacant IBF middleweight title that was stripped from Triple G for some bullshit. And Jacobs is already down with Eddie Hearn in DAZN. This fight's gonna be HBO. So DAZN can control all the middleweight belts on there, and which is what I mentioned before, which is what you mentioned before with Charlo, might have to make an appearance on DAZN, because
you need to make an appearance in the fucking ring by now, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, word. So man, like Charles gonna have to come to the DAZN. Hearn was already talking about Triple G has to come to the DAZN. And funny things too, because Hearn is not even Canelo's promoter or anything of that nature. He doesn't. But he was the figurehead, and to me, he was the pipeline for all the shit to happen. So, so respectfully, I say thank you, Uncle Eddie. That's you did your job extremely well. In this case, I mean, most people won't give you your props, but Patscorpio will. And hopefully, if you're in Massachusetts, I will give you some more props too. I want to shake your head, for making all this shit happen. And that's gonna be
people don't want to give Hearn his props, but at the end of the day, he on the winning team with what it seems to be the most, with the deepest pockets. So,
right,
whether he the star or not, or he the guy who got this deal or whatnot, he on the right team right now. That's all that matters, man.
Because it was DAZN when DAZN started airing all its its commercials and whatnot in his promos, he was the motherfucker that was on there. He was the face. So, like I said, you can say, oh yeah, they negotiated this deal and that. If it wasn't for Eddie Hearn, none of this shit would really pop off on the DAZN. You know, and that's how I feel. I mean, it's Hearn's fighter that Canelo's facing. It's Hearn that took the initiative to actually to get onto this platform. You know, it's Hearn that actually, even before Canelo and going to Black Cameras, that actually created the cards. You know, it's not like the shot card. There's plenty of Hearn cards that come up the bat. I mean, I'm going to one on Saturday. There's also another one in Florida around, you know, LB's, you know, around in LB state. You know, he has fights literally scheduled out well into November and possibly December now. You know, so I mean, you can say what you want about him. He's a shyster. He's fast, Eddie, all that stuff. But the motherfucker's making shit happen. You know, a lot of shit happen. And like I said, you know, other places, you know, like Showtime, which is largely seen as number one for whatever reason, they have a lot of work to do in 2019. You know, Fox deal and all. They have to play some catch up now. You know, shit's not a game. Else, you know, more and more files will go on the DAZN, and they're gonna have some real competition.
Because hopefully, with all these signings and shit, we just start getting top quality matchups more often. That's all I'm saying. It's one thing to get big name guys and, you know, make events against, you know these career mode cats, but let's get us some meaningful fights out of all of this. That's the one thing that we should hope for among everything else. Meaningful fights.
Exactly. And like I said, because I mean, I gave PBC a lot of shit because of their matchmaking right now.
If the DAZN start fucking up, then I'm gonna be on them too. Like, hey, like, I'm a boxing fan. All these niggas, I'm holding all y'all niggas accountable.
All right, no fumbling allowed. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, you know, you fumble a rock, you better pick that shit back up. You know what I'm saying?
They start running with that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we out here trying to score touchdowns. No, you know, no field goals. You know what I'm saying? That's football terminology. You know, so yeah, man. DAZN, I mean, salute, like, hats off to them for scoring this major deal, and like I said, hopefully this leads to more fights and more competitive fights, you know, involved. So yeah, man, that's our show for tonight. It's a good show. We talked about a lot of different things and whatnot. LB, you got any final thoughts, man, you want to share to the people?
Nah, man, you know, just to wrap it all up, you know, Crawford, you know, he a top 3 pound for pound dude. Still want to see him face a legit threat, somebody that we actually think that could beat him. Canelo, it's just more the same, you know, one tough fight, then 3 garbage fights, another tough fight, then 3 bum fights, and another career mode fight. Same pattern, you know, whatever, you know, it is what it is. We know what he on right now. And the DAZN, great move. Let's see y'all get some meaningful fights out of it. Ain't much more to say, right?
Right. And in my case, man, just to add on, like I said, I'm gonna be at that at the Boston card for Andre at TD Garden, man. I'm gonna be in the double A section near ringside. So, you know what I'm saying? So if you see a tall, dark, you know, and brolic, you know, gentleman there, you know, you can't miss me. You know, I got my hair grown out a little bit. I got the goatee. You know, I'm not hard to mess. You know, I really do stand out. So if you see me or whatever, you know, just say, you know, say what up or whatnot. Especially if you recognize me on the Instagram or on the Instagram picture or whatever, you know, say what up, man, because I'll most likely I'll be there. I'll be walking around, all that shit, man. You know, doing what I usually do at these cars, man. It'll be a good time. And then also to say, like, yeah, other than Instagram, you know, we are on YouTube. We are on iTunes as well, you know, because like I said, we try to be flexible with how people want to be listening to podcasts. And we're also on Podomatic, you know, so yes, you know, just, you know, we're out there, man, you know, just, and, you know, hopefully we're coming with more areas of media that we can, and we can have a, you know, have a place to have an impact on, you know. Yep. So yeah, this was another great episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. You know, I'm Patscorpio, you know, LB, you know, Shutterworth the Gawd, the GOAT artist, you know. Yes. Yeah, so we're out of here. Till next week. Peace.